What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how to create code. What we're looking at is creating a distance sensor so that when something gets within an inch of our distance sensor, our motor stops. Before we get started, let's go ahead and do a new text project. And it may ask us if we want to say we can discard that, and we want to choose Python. Step one, though, is go to devices. We're going to go up here. I need two. I need a motor and I need a distance sensor. So for motor, I'm going to say port 1. I have on my test board, I have motors plugged up 1 through 4. So I'll click done. Add a device, and I'm going to choose a distance sensor here. And on my board, the physical connection is in port 9. So I'm going to click port 9 and click done. Those are really the two that I need. Now I want to call out something right here. If we take a look right in this area here, we can see that it goes from 1 to 40. If we expand that, there's a bunch of little code in here that VEX writes for you. And what it's doing there is it's telling you, hey, I've got motor 1 set to be on port 1. And as we control through it, it's telling us we got other things plugged up as well. That's really not important to us anymore because we have this devices section over here we can do. All right, so let's write out what we want to have happen here. So I'm going to put a little number sign or the pound sign. I'm going to say if an object is within one inch of our sensor, the motor will stop. That's what I want to have happen, okay? That's a comment. Anything that's green is a comment. Speaking of, we could go up here for project and we can say, you know what? Let's name this a little bit so we're organized. And we can say distance sensor. And then we can put our name in here even. This is always good practice to do. And for description, honestly, we could take this line that we made. I'm going to Control C for copy. Come up here and Control V for paste. I'm going to go down here now. And say, all right, well, so we've got our little syntax. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to create that forever loop. And I'm going to go to logic, because that's where all the loops and whiles and if-else statements are going to be. And I'm going to drag the while over. And there it is. And it says while condition and then pass. For condition, I'm going to say true. So while this condition, and notice it pops up as I start typing, I can click on it. While this condition is true, I want you to do blah, whatever I have under here, okay? So I'm going to put an if-else statement in for pass. I'm going to get rid of the word pass, delete it. And then I'm going to drag if-else over. And it says if and condition. So I'm going to get rid of the word condition, because this is where I'm going to say I want my distance sensor if it's less than an inch. So since that is a sensor, I'll go to the sensing section. And here's all my sensors that are plugged in. Right now, I just have distance. So I'm going to drag the distance over right before that colon. Okay. Where it says mm for millimeters, I'm going to make that say inches. Notice as soon as I start typing, that'll kind of pop in. I'm going to go over here and put a space and say less than, and another space and say 1. So I've just said if our distance sensor reads less than 1. Now what we said is if an object is within 1 inch of our sensor, the motor's going to stop. Okay. So I'll go up to motion and I'm going to say motor stop. I'm going to drag it over and essentially I'm going to replace the word pass here. So I'm going to bring that, just kind of delete it. This else needs to be in line with the if. Those two have to line up. Okay. So I said motor 1 stop. Now I knew it was motor 1 because we've only got one motor plugged up, right? If we had other motors, we would have to change that number to whatever we needed it to be. So we said if distance 9, if the sensor in port 9 reads that we're less than 1 inch, we want to stop the motor. If not, we want the motor to continue spinning forward. So I'm going to go over to actions under motion and drag this over. And now I don't need the word pass in there anymore. Okay. Now, something that's actually pretty good practice to do is put a weight on there, because this is in a loop. It helps because if there were ever some other reason we wanted it to stop, we could. So we're going to go to logic. And here's the wait 1 second. I'm going to drag it over, and it needs to be even. Okay, so we want that even with the else. So go over there and kind of tab it over. I'm going to change mine to 5, but instead of seconds, I'm going to say milliseconds, like that. Okay. And all I'm doing right now, I'm going to delete lines 61 and 62 because they were extra for me. In other words, it's just arbitrary. All right, so I've got my code written. Look at my brain here. See how it's white right now? If we look at that, it's a white icon. We need that to be a blue, a teal. So I'm going to click the arrow. The reason it's white is because it's not connected to anything. So I'm going to click connect via USB. And now it's saying, hey, we're going to go use your browser to connect. Are you okay with that? So we'll hit continue. We always click the longer phrase here. So click the one that's longer and click connect. Now you'll notice the icon has turned to that teal, that bluish greenish, however you want to describe that. That'll let you know you've got a connection. Right? Now we're going to download it. It's like, do you want to save this first? And good practices. We probably should have done that first, okay? So I'm going to say Distance Sensor Program. Now it's going to download it to our brain. If we had any errors in our code, it would come up down here. It would say, hey, you've got an error. Do you want to continue? I'm going to click Start now. Now you'll see over here on our other camera where you see the board, here's our motor 1 right here. And the distance sensor's over here. If I cover that, it stops. I'm within 1 inch. If I release, now the motor's going to go and get covered. Okay, so it becomes effectively a switch, right? Now, if I wanted to stop, there's 2 ways. I can, on the brain, I can hit the back button and press stop. I can also press it on the screen.